Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to read and write. We want to learn to read and write Hindi. We are also here because we want to learn to read and write Urdu. We are doing both at the same time. Today is our lesson number, which I believe it should be 38. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's correct. That's 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. We started this thing on day number 34, which I thought was going to happen in just one video. This is the fourth one, and today the story is going to end. Let's begin. It's a story, as I've told you before in the other parts. It's a story about a young lady who's telling a story in first person pronoun. She talks about I and my in first person. She's telling a story about her eyes that are absolutely intoxicating eyes. Let's learn this word first. First, vocabulary words. There are a few vocabulary words we'll have to do. There are only 4 lines, but there are some vocabulary words that we will come across, and we'll tackle them one by one as they come. The first word is shama. Shama. It's a tricky word. It's a tricky word because it ends with the aki matra. It's written in Hindu. It's very simple, shama, but it's not shama. It's shama. It ends. We have 2 as. One is this alif. That's a. That's the exact equivalent of English. That's the exact equivalent of Hindi a. But in addition to alif, we have ain. Alif and ain. Ain makes a sound, but is glottal. And that, I shouldn't put equal sign, that does not exist in Hindi. So in Hindi, we just use the same letter and we're done with it. That's it. Hindi makes no distinction. Hindi makes no distinction because Hindi language does not have this sound of It's just it's not But that's what the correct spelling requires. Shama. Let's put them together. So here's your sh, and then a ma. Ma is going to look like this, and then ain. You could write it like this, although nobody would write it like this because it actually looks very ugly now that I look at it. Let's rewrite it. First thing we have talked about many times, this is a sheen, but when it's written in quick handwriting, most people just write it like this. These are 3 dots, by the way. These are dots. And instead of making 2 loops, you make 1 loop. So let's do it. Sh, mo, and then instead of writing like this, you would go like this, like that. Here's your meme. You will go up and like this. This part that you see here, let me put it in a different hand. It is going to get a little tricky, so pay attention here, like this. It has to have sharp edges, like that. And of course the 3 dots. It is going to get a little tricky. Pay attention here. Let me write something else. Sh, mo, and instead of going up and coming down, it comes down and like that. There is no such word. What we have written here is sheen, meme, and hey. Sheen, meme. Oh, sheen, I always have to remember sure does not join. Only sir joins. I always mess that up. Sure, mo, and her. This hey is this hey right here. There is no such word. There is no such word. There is no such spelling. I just wanted to make you understand that it is not written like this. It does not come down. It goes up. Let's do it the correct way one more time. Sheen, meme, and it goes up like this. As long as you go up instead of coming down, you're fine. Because this is a her. This, on the other hand, this part right here is ain. Shama. What does shama mean? Shama means candle. I shouldn't start it because I don't know how to spell candle. But since I started it, I have no reason, I have no choice but to finish it. Hopefully I'll have it written down somewhere. Lost it. I don't have the word candle written down anywhere. It's candle. I don't know how to spell it. Shama. Let's try another word. Let's see if you can read it. Mom, 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 and then b and t, b and t, but this t is going to be pronounced with the b. So it's but, and then another t with the choti e, which makes a badi ki matra. What does it read now? It reads Mombatti. I hope you have the same word in Hindi. I hope you have the same word in Hindustan. In Pakistan, we have a word called Mombatti. Mombatti is another way of saying candle. Most people in their daily life, when I say most people, I mean nobody in their daily life, nobody in their right mind. Of course, you wouldn't do it today at all because there is electricity everywhere. But back in the days when there was no electricity, you would burn candles at night. Nobody in the right mind would go to the store and ask the guy for shama. Shama is used only in poetry. In prose is the antonym of poetry. In prose we say mombatti. In poetry we say shama. It's the same word, shama, mombatti. Let's put it together. So since this is repeated, this is a concept we have learned before. There's a ba and there is a ta. Since ta is repeated, we put tashdid. We learned this concept already before, and then we put a choti. This whole thing that you see there, that's how you write candle in Urdu. Mombatti. That's how you write candle in Hindi. Mombatti. I don't know how I got into this thing. Anyway, shama is what we're going to need here in the 4 lines that we're about to learn. But see, that's the whole idea. The whole idea is to learn to read and write. But instead of writing simple sentences, just arbitrary sentences, I thought it would be more fun if we do something with it. Shama. Let's learn another word. This next word that we're going to write is actually a Persian word. As you and I both know, there are many words, there are hundreds of words that have crept into Urdu from Persian and Arabic. This is a Persian word. It starts with a fe. Fe. Not a f, not ph. Not ph, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for f. So we put a dot. F. And then we have a row. F. Row, ra with the oki matra. For row. Then we have a z. We don't need a z, we need a za. It's not a za, it's za. Za. So we need a nun gunna. And now that word reads faroza. Not faroza, not faroza, farozan. Farozan. Let's put them together and we'll talk about what it means in a second. Faroza. Faroza. Faroza means shining. Luminous, radiant, full of light, luminous. It comes from the word faroz. Faroz means illuminating. Farozan. Farozan is an adjective. And now we have to put them together. We have to write these 2 words together. So that's what that is. We already know the shama. So let's put them together. And when we put them together, we're going to make a compound word. Compound words, it appears many times in poetry. And again, this is a tradition from Persian. So here's the first word. We already have it. Shama. And then you put a zer underneath it. Listen very carefully. This zer, ordinarily, if you have a letter and you put a zer underneath it, it converts a b into a b, choti ki matra. But here, as you can see, this zer appears at the very last letter. As you and I both know, you will not see choti ki matra at the end of the word. Never. No word will end with a choti ki matra. And yet, we see choti ki matra as the very last letter at the bottom of ain. That's because it is not a choti ki matra. It serves a different function in this context. It is no longer read, this is not read shami, it's not read shami, it's going to be read as shame, shame farozan, shame farozan. So Shame Faroza. Shame Faroza. Shame is a noun, this is an adjective. Shame Faroza means illuminating, radiating, luminous candle, light. Not literally candle, but any source of light. Which I understand is a bit redundant, because light by definition is luminous, radiant, shiny, but that's what it says. Candle that is illuminating, that is radiating, that is luminous. A luminous, radiating candles. My eyes are like radiating, luminous, radiant candle. That's what she's talking about. Shame Faroza. Let's begin the show, shall we? Without this phrase, we cannot write what we have to write today. Shame Faroza. Right here. So, how do we write in Hindi? This is read as Shame. This start part is Shame. So what they do is, instead of putting Shama, in Hindi what they do is, they Sham, and then they put another Ma, even though there is no tajdish here, and now they put A. So this whole part is one thing, and it is read Shame Faroza. Shame Faroza, illuminating, radiating candle. Shame Faroza. Let's begin. Oh, since we already have this here, let's continue here. So the first word is going to be, very simple word, is. Is Shame Faroza ko is Shame Faroza, you put a dot, we also put a moon for some reason. Is Shame Faroza ko, let's write all of that in Urdu here. Is Shame Faroza ko, that's what that says. All of that says this thing. Is Shame Faroza ko. I hope you can read my handwriting. Is, I'm going to rewrite it, is well, if you're going to make a loop, then you need two loops. If you're going to make a loop, then you need two loops for the show, and then you need one more loop to join it. Which is probably why nobody bothers with it, we just make a one long one. Is Shame Farah, it should be Faron. Is Shame Faron, not Farah. This is the wow. Is Shame Faroza ko. Is Shame Faroza ko. Let's write the next line, shall we? Is, let me change the marker, this thing is dying. Is Shame Faroza ko. That's what this says. Is Shame Faroza ko. Let's write the next one, shall we? A. No. Then the next letter that we have is the. The, as you already know by now, the letter the, as you already know by now, does not exist in Urdu. The, what we're looking for is the, like D and H. So what do you do if you want to produce a sound the in English? You would put D and H. Same thing we do in Urdu. Except the only thing is in English is even worse, because English makes no distinction between a the and a the. This is the, not the. This is the. The. What we are writing here is the and a her. That's what we are doing here. The. In Urdu, that is. In Urdu, you will write a the and a her to produce the sound of the. We don't need a the, we need the. Badi ki matra. And now it reads Anadi. What the bloody hell is Anadi? A-na-di. Do you know something called Anadi? No. We don't need Anadi. This na is not to be pronounced as na. This noon is not to be pronounced as noon. This is a nun gunna. I forgot to put a symbol on it. Well, I didn't forget it. I do it on purpose. Now it does not read Anadi. It reads ah. It's no longer ah. These two are pronounced together, and it reads adi. And in Hindi, we don't need an N. We take out the N, and we put the small moon and the dot, and bring the sticks together. Andi. What is Andi? Andi is a typhoon. It's a hurricane. तूफान कहते हैं जिसको, तूफान जिसको कहते हैं. तूफान, आंधी, typhoon, hurricane, आंधी. Is आंधी say, let's put down आंधी together. So how do we put it together then? This is how we do it together. We have to put it together. So we have a, then a na, then a, this is a the, but we need a the, and then he, आंधी. आंधी से, and then a the, डराते, ड, ra, and then te. डराते हो, not ho, ho. Is शम्माए फरोज़ा को, this illuminating candle is शम्माए फरोज़ा को आंधी से डराते हो. You're trying to, are you out of your bloody mind? You're trying to intimidate? Are you trying to scare? Are you trying to intimidate these radiating eyes with the threat of hurricane, with the threat of typhoon, तूफान? Is शम्माए फरोज़ा को आंधी से डराते हो. You're intimidating these eyes with the threat of आंधी. And then she goes on to explain to you why she is not intimidated. In the next line, she gives you a reason why she is not intimidated, why she is not scared, why her eyes are not going to be scared with the threat of आंधी, तूफान, hurricane, typhoon in the next two lines. That's what it is. Let's read one more time. Is शम्माए फरोज़ा को आंधी से डराते हो, आंधी से डराते हो. Before we go to the next one, I just want to make a quick stop here and talk about this letter D, this letter that you see here, right here. This letter is right here, D. It looks like this, as you can see right here. This is the D. But if you wanted a R, it would be same letter in Hindi, except you would put a dot under it. That's a R. That's what you will use if you want to write words like ladka, ladki, R, yeah, that's a R. Ladka, that's a R. This is a D. This is what you will use for words like dabba and ladka. This is the D without the dot. This is a R with the dot. Is शम्माए फरोज़ा को आंधी से डराते हो. Are you out of your bloody mind? आंधी से डराओगे मुझे? I'll tell you what. I have a reason why I'm not scared. Here's the reason. I'm going to give you a bloody good reason. I'm going to give you a bloody good reason why I'm not intimidated with the threat of Andhi. Is Shammai Farozan, or the Farozan के is Shammai Faroza K. Oh, I need a ki matra for K, so I have to erase the ki matra, choti ki matra in the beginning for Urdu. Urdu, right here, this is Shammai Faroza K. There is a vocabulary word coming up, so we have to talk about the vocabulary word first before we can finish it. Here's the word. O, then a ro, then wa with alif. That's the aki matra, parwa, and then a na. Again, na would be written like this. Na will not be written like this. It will be written with a he. There's noon and then he. It's a noon and then this he right here. This he right here. That's how we write na. But in Hindi it's very simple. Let's put it together in Urdu. Parwana. Parwana. What's a parwana? Parwana is an insect. Parwana, to be more precise, is a moth. You know what a moth is? If you're ever outside, especially in summertime, out in the deck in your backyard, and you turn the lights on, and immediately these insects are flying around the lights. Those are moths. Those are moths. Those are called parwana in Urdu. I'm sure it's the same exact word in Hindi, parwana. The plural would be parwane. Parwane, not na, but ne. Parwane. Not na, ne. That's the plural. Parwane. Moths. इस शम्माए फरोज़ा को इस शम्माए फरोज़ा के इस शम्माए फरोज़ा के परवाने हजारों में नून हैं. Let me write the Urdu part. इस शम्माए फरोज़ा के परवाने हजारों हैं. Voila. इस शम्माए फरोज़ा के परवाने हजारों हैं. First she says, इस शम्माए फरोज़ा को शम्माए फरोज़ा को, she's talking about her eyes. शम्माए फरोज़ा, illuminating candles, illuminating light. इस शम्माए फरोज़ा को आंधी से डराते हो. You're going to intimidate with the threat of आंधी. इस शम्माए फरोज़ा के परवाने हजारों हैं. There are thousands and thousands of moths all the time flying around me. They act as my shield, as my protection. There are moths, thousands of moths flying around me all the time. No matter how strong the wind is, you will never blow me out. Do you understand? You do not threaten me. You do not scare me. The Andi is not going to scare me because I'm protected. The wind cannot pass through these moths. There are thousands of them flying around me. इस शम्माए फरोज़ा के परवाने हजारों हैं. And when you have thousands of moths flying around you, इस शम्माए फरोज़ा को आंधी से डराओगे. इस शम्माए फरोज़ा को आंधी से डराते हो. इस शम्माए फरोज़ा के परवाने हजारों हैं. That's it. I did it. I finished it. I always wanted to learn this particular song. I don't know why. I just loved it, especially the sound, the voice of Asha Bhosle. And I wanted to learn it properly. I wanted to learn every single word that I hear in that song. I've done it. Bye now.